beautiful, smart people. I'm Stenell, also known as Stenell the Money Therapist. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my home. I talk a lot on my platform about money, entrepreneurship, and life skills. I have a podcast called No More Excuses, Wake Up. And today I'm going to talk about starting a government contract agency. On my podcast, I talk about the same exact thing. So you can feel which one you want. You can actually see me and you can actually hear me. I'm on iTunes and Spotify. So starting a government contract agency, I actually started my healthcare agency back in 2015. I have two agencies. I have a Second Touch, which is a healthcare agency, and I also have Joy Making a Difference. That is an after-school program. Joy stands for Just Start Youth Making a Difference. I talk a lot about finances, and I help a lot of people. I help half of my congregation in my church get out of debt. And I really have a proven system through Money Therapy Institute, my school, that I actually developed. It's actually a coaching one-on-one. And what I learned was starting my agency back in 2015, and then 2018, I looked back and I saw that, hey, I need some help within me, because here I am making more money than I ever seen before. And at my bottom line, I still don't see what I'm doing. So at the end of the year, where my accountant and they do all my finances and everything, what I was bringing in as an agency was great. I never seen that money ever in my life. But what I had in my account didn't match up. And I didn't have investments and all of those things. So I started, just to give you some information, I started learning under Dave Ramsey, and then after completing that, then I started helping my church and congregation, and then after that, I went to Money Therapy Institute, and all the while, I was still running my agencies that I rarely talk about. So I want you to know that you too can start a government contract agency. So I have a healthcare agency, and I have a contract with the Divisions of Developmental Disabilities in the state of New Jersey. Whatever field you're in, whatever niche you're in, whatever it is that you do, I'm in mental health, I'm in counseling, therapy, all of those things. Whatever it is that you do you know you can get a government contract in that field instead of going on social media, being an influencer? Not saying anything is wrong with that, but actually out here in your community making a difference. Because sometimes when we focus so much on social media, we lose ourselves and we lose who we are and what we're geared to do. We may be working in an agency and then say, hey, I can do that myself. And that's exactly what happened to me. So with support coordination with a Second Touch, I have 5 services that I offer. So I offer support coordination. I've been in support coordination since 2015. I have over 100 clients, and I offer, it's like case management, but it's support coordination. And so that's been since 2015. That's 7 years. Then I just recently started providing community-based supports in 2019. And I have a few clients there. And then respite, I just started respite. So I added on respite, transportation, and behavioral health. Respite, I just started. I have an entire video about respite and my trials and tribulations and just my learning experience. And about business, what it is that you learn and you have to pick yourself up and figure things out. So I have 5 different services that I offer inside of a Second Touch. I want to make sure you understand that. So a Second Touch, I have support coordination, 7 years, community-based support, a year, about a year and a half-ish, transportation, just started, behavioral supports, just started. Respite, I just started as well, but I just had a client, and it was my first client, and I definitely have a video to share with you about everything that I went through. So what you can do is, in your state, you go to the website of your state. For me, my state is New Jersey. So I went to the Division of Developmental Disabilities. I went to the Department of Children and Families. I went to Children's System of Care, which is CSOP. All of those have links to where you can become a provider, or it might say a RFP, or it might say stakeholder, whatever it is. They're government contracts, y'all. That means that you can start a real life agency. I want y'all to really think outside the box. I want you to think outside the box and just think for a minute. When you started working and you started working for someone and you like, wow, I think I can do this. Matter of fact, I know I can do this because you bring so much value to the company. And that's what I look for. I look for people that can bring value to my company. But everybody is not an entrepreneur, right? That's just not everybody's field. Everybody is not an entrepreneur. And if you are an entrepreneur, these particular government contracts to where now you can bill Medicaid or you can bill Medicare or whatever service, whatever third-party billing services that is attached to that contract, you now can bill. And so that's just taking you outside the box, so you can have a wider scope and see exactly what it is that you possibly can do. And I know all you see is me talking on my platform is about money and helping you get out of debt and all of these things, but I can't help you do something that I didn't do. I can't show you or teach you or advocate about a government contract if I didn't get one. And it's a lot, because when you get government contracts, you're building agencies, and a lot of people don't think business, and they just think, okay, the bottom line. Our bottom line is always finances, right? It's money. We know that, right? Let's talk about the elephant in the room. We know that. But when you have an agency, it has to really be attached to your heart and what you care about. And if you care about people, then being in the community and helping your community is a great way. So in my agencies, I have 2 physical agencies that you can walk into. My schools, you can walk into my schools, my after school program. My agency, I do have a brick and mortar where my staff go into. But that took time. And I have so many other episodes to share with you because that all took time. But you too, in your field, I'm really talking about healthcare. I'm talking about, you know, if you want to provide a service, if you are a nurse practitioner, or a counselor, a licensed therapist, anything in those particular fields, there are government contracts. There are government contracts for everybody. Driving tractor trailers, moving. There are contracts out there. I don't know if there's so much government, but there are contracts where people have a contract and they move people. It is so much. So I say, do your work, do your due diligence, see what government contracts that is out there that you can actually start making a difference in your community, because it is important. You too can make a difference. I'll talk to y'all soon.